Hello, it's really good to be back. I've had a little bit of a holiday. I went down to sunny Dorset for a week with the family. It was really nice. It was nice to have a week of rain. It's also really nice to spend a bit of time with the family and have a break from everything that goes on. Today we're going to look at Mark chapter 16, the very last chapter of the book of Mark. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome brought spices so that they might go to anoint Jesus' body. Very early on the first day of the week, just after sunrise, they were on their way to the tomb, and they asked each other, "Who will roll the stone away from the entrance of the tomb?" But when they looked up, they saw that the stone, which was very large, had been already rolled away. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in a white robe, sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. "Don't be alarmed," he said. "You are looking for Jesus, the Nazarene, who was crucified. He has risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him. But go tell the disciples and Peter. He is going ahead of you into Galilee, and there you will see him, just as he told you." Trembling and bewildered, the women went out and fled from the tomb. They said nothing to anyone because they were afraid. When Jesus rose early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had driven 7 demons. She went and told those who had been with him and who were mourning and weeping. When they heard that Jesus was alive and that she had seen him, they did not believe it. Afterward, Jesus appeared in a different form to 2 of them while they were walking in the country. Those returned and reported it to the rest, and they did not believe them either. Later Jesus appeared to the 11 as they were eating. He rebuked them for their lack of faith and their stubborn refusal to believe those who had seen him after he had risen. He said to them, "Go into all the world and preach the good news to all creation. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved, and whoever does not believe will be condemned. And these signs will accompany those who believe. In my name they will drive out demons. They will speak in new tongues. They will pick up snakes with their hands. And when they drink deadly poison, it will not hurt them. They will place their hands on the sick, and they will be made well." After the Lord Jesus had spoken to them, he was taken up into heaven, and he sat at the right hand of God. Then the disciples went out and preached everywhere, and the Lord worked with them and confirmed his word by the signs that accompanied it. Well, that's the end of our reading. That's the end of Mark's Gospel. What a way for that Gospel to end. The women went to the tomb. They had a little conversation about who would roll away the stone. I'm sort of guessing that none of them would be able to roll away a 2-ton stone. But they wanted to go to the tomb, and they wanted to try and see Jesus. And when they got to the tomb, they saw an angel, and the angel said to them, "He's not here, he's gone. He's gone and done what he told you he would do." And then Jesus appeared to many different people, and every time someone told someone else, they said they wouldn't believe unless they saw Jesus themselves. And when Jesus appeared to them, then they believed. And then at the end of this passage, Jesus speaks to the 11 disciples, because we know that Judas has gone off and taken away his own life. But the 11 disciples that were left, Jesus said to them, "Go into all the world and preach the good news to all creation." But don't just preach, don't just speak. Watch the signs that will accompany the preaching and delivering of this good news. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved. So important that we believe that Jesus really was and is who he said he was. The Son of God who came into the world to take away our sin and the sin of many other people. And there's powerful signs that will accompany Christians. And I don't know where you are with your faith, but I just long to see the day when we see God's people and the Spirit poured out upon God's people more and more and more, so that we can show the world who Jesus really is. And then after Jesus had told them many things, he ascends into heaven before them. You see, his coming was very inauspicious as he came in to that stable. But ascending into heaven and leaving right in front of his disciples, he ascends into heaven and he sits down at the right hand of God. Seems to me that perhaps heaven was opened as Jesus went up, and the disciples could see Jesus ascending to his rightful place. And then it was so dramatic, their encounter with Jesus, that the disciples went out and they preached everywhere, and the Lord worked with them and confirmed his word by the signs that accompanied it. What a powerful gospel. What a powerful gospel of good news for us, for those people that will listen, and those people that will open up their hearts to what God has to say to them. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Tomorrow I think we're going to head off into Exodus, so we'll be spending perhaps the next couple of months reading through the book of Exodus. I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you are as well. All the best, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.